Hello guys, I'm GH, and you know about what this video is. Turn on the subtitles because my English may be sometimes bad. The video is cut into sections, and here they are. The tutorial. Let's start with clearing throat. You can do it in a few different ways, and two of them will guide you to two different basses. If you'll make more airy, lower one, then you'll make chest bass afterwards. If you make less airy and higher, then you will make eventually throat bass. So, the steps from clearing throat to throat bass. In order to make throat bass, you have to clear your throat and try to do it as long as you can, as much as you can. And that's it. That's all of it. It won't happen instantly, and unfortunately I won't show you how this process happens because I already mastered the throat bass, and if I try to lengthen the clearing throat, I instantly do throat bass. After a few months, you'll get the throat bass. In order to jump to another harmonics, to second harmonic, third, to vibration bass, you have to master the first level, the throat bass, and go as low as you can. It will crack a little bit your voice, and you may be able then to change into vibration bass. Unfortunately, I instantly make it happen. In your case, it won't sound as perfect. Maybe it will sound like something like this. Or something like this. And then you will be able to change to different subharmonic. And to jump to third subharmonic or fourth, you do the same. You master subharmonic that you are at and go as low as you can. And now I will show you how you can modulate the throat subharmonics. The further I will go, the more epic the changes will be. So at first, of course, you can change them with changing the letter you sing. You can change the shape of your tongue. You may try with overtone singing. You may try to change the amount of space in your mouth so that you boost the higher subharmonics or higher harmonics or lower harmonics of the bass. To boost the higher harmonics, you have to squish the space in your mouth. And to boost the lower, you have to create more space. It really makes the bass much more powerful. Also, you can make the bass more airy with whispering. Or less whispery and more clicky. And now the science behind the throat subharmonics. From the beginning, sound is a wave that goes through everything that's made out of matter. If I create a sound, molecules in the air collide with each other and create high pressure. Then they go apart from each other and create low pressure. That one thing going from high to low pressure is 1 cycle. 1 cycle in 1 second is 1 hertz. 100 is 100 hertz. The amount of hertz determines how high the sound we hear is. Now, to subharmonics. Subharmonics occur when there are 2 or more different sounds in one space. You will hear the subharmonics the most if these 2 sounds are in one small space and they are both pretty loud. Now, how you create 2 sounds in your throat with throat subharmonics? I don't really know. There are 2 theories how you make it. The first is that you make your false folds vibrate, as well as your normal vocal cords. And these 2 sounds create subharmonics. And the other theory that I heard is that you somewhere in your throat create higher pressure, and higher pressure means faster vibrations. Faster vibrations means higher the pitch. So you create 2 pitches with 2 space with 2 different pressures, and they create the throat subharmonics. But I don't really know. Yeah. For the end, drink water and don't push too hard on yourself, because it really takes time to master bass. Really. It took me half a year to master the throat bass, so that every time I try to make throat bass, I make throat bass the way I want it. And the vibration bass the next year after. You may be wondering why there was no tutorial, and that's because I wanted to make this tutorial much better quality than my previous videos. I bought Focusrite and I got better camera, but they really didn't want me to make this tutorial. Here's some clips. The science behind subharmonics. Thanks for watching. Bye.